The football world thrives not only on matches but also on rumors, deals, and unexpected twists of fate. Today, we find ourselves in the center of such drama. Manchester City, once the undisputed powerhouse of English football, is now increasingly under fire. And it's not just about the standings, but the atmosphere within the team. Stars are thinking about leaving, new leaders have yet to step up, and transfer rumors are louder than the matches themselves. What's going on at City? Could we be witnessing the beginning of a major rebuild? Erling Haaland possibly leaving Manchester City? At first glance, it sounds like fiction, but if you look closer, it's not such a crazy idea. According to several sources, the Norwegian striker may consider leaving if City once again fails to qualify for the Champions League. This raises a question. Why sign a long-term deal if the plan was to leave at the first sign of trouble? Did he not fully understand what he was signing up for? Or was he simply too captivated by a project he never truly believed in? Right, now Manchester City isn't in the best shape. Fifth in the league table, fighting for top four and showing inconsistent results. Yes, there have been wins, but draws against Nottingham Forest and Brighton don't inspire confidence. This is not the level expected from a team that once struck fear across all of England. As for Haaland, he's not the type to sit back. He wants more. He craves titles, Ballon d'Ors, and recognition on every level, especially with Mbappe back in the spotlight. Their silent rivalry for the crown of their generation's biggest star is still very much alive. So, if City stumble again in the Champions League, it wouldn't be a shock to hear Haaland wants out. And that's where things get interesting. Real Madrid is the obvious destination. They've long needed a top-tier striker. PSG, also a strong possibility given the club's financial strength. And of course, we can't ignore Saudi Arabia, where even younger stars are now being lured. But there's a catch. Haaland's contract isn't just a piece of paper, it's a complex structure. Moving it won't be easy. This wouldn't be a simple transfer. It would be a massive financial operation. So, the big question is Haaland really ready to leave just because times got tough? Or is he simply unwilling to be part of a rebuilding phase under Guardiola? One way or another, if City doesn't secure a Champions League spot, this summer could bring one of the biggest transfer stories in years. What do you think? Is this a calculated move from Haaland or more like running away? Kovacic's move from Chelsea to Manchester City seemed like a perfect fit on paper. A player with great technique, vision, and high-level experience. Just what Guardiola's system demands. But as the season progressed, it became clear. The chemistry just wasn't there. Yes, Kovacic played. Over 2,000 minutes, providing solid support in midfield, especially when Rodri was unavailable. But despite his usefulness, he hasn't been a decisive figure. Apparently, Guardiola sees it too. According to Team Talk, the club has already given him the green light to leave. Atletico, Madrid is showing interest. A great fit for Simeone's team. Hard-working, aggressive, capable both defensively and creatively. Reports say they're ready to offer around $30 million, a fair price for a player of his level and experience. It's fair to say Kovacic can still be valuable to many clubs. But if City is ready to move on, it likely means they're planning to refresh the midfield, add energy, maybe bet on someone younger. Jack Grealish is seemingly going through a similar tough spell. Since joining City for a record $100 million, expectations have been sky high. But now, his market value has dropped nearly threefold. According to Transfermarkt, he's worth just $35 million, and that's exactly what AC Milan might be willing to pay. Talks are reportedly centered around a loan deal with a buy option. Milan wants to see how Grealish adapts to Italian football first. It's a valid concern. He's never played outside England and Serie A might not suit his style. Maybe he should consider staying in the Premier League. A return to Aston Villa or interest from Newcastle or West Ham all seem more realistic. One thing is clear, Grealish needs a reset. He still has potential and the right mentality, but his story at Manchester City seems to be coming to an end. There's a sense that one transfer could define the entire shape of the next season. We're talking, of course, about Kevin De Bruyne. According to the Spanish press, the Belgian midfielder might leave Manchester City this summer, and not for a financial adventure in Saudi Arabia or MLS. On the contrary, Atletico Madrid is seriously interested. and Diego Simeone seems genuinely committed to making the deal happen. Sources claim that Atletico representatives have already contacted De Bruyne's agent, and Simeone himself has reportedly spoken with Kevin more than once. Let's not forget De Bruyne's contract with City expires in September, and so far there's been no extension offer from the club. Perhaps Guardiola is ready for a squad rebuild, and Atletico sees De Bruyne as the perfect leader in midfield. On one hand, it's hard to imagine De Bruyne in Simeone's system, intense, disciplined, and built around grit and work rate. On the other hand, his experience, football IQ, and tempo control could bring Atletico the creativity they've been missing for years. The biggest obstacle, of course, is money. De Bruyne is one of the highest-paid players in the Premier League, and signing him won't be cheap. But if Atletico dares to go for it, this could become one of the biggest transfers of the summer. These rumors, Manchester City is already preparing for changes. According to reports, the club is evaluating several potential replacements, with Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig being a top target. Earlier this summer, Leipzig bought him from PSG for $80 million, and rumors suggest it was an investment move from the start. Simons' contract is only for 3 years, a short term by today's standards, hinting that Leipzig might plan to sell him for profit soon, and offers are already coming in. City is reportedly ready to pay around $110 million for the Dutch midfielder, which would make him one of the most expensive signings in the club's history. Simons is a creative player, capable of operating in central midfield or out wide. Given City's style of play, he could become a long-term replacement for De Bruyne, especially considering the Belgian's age and Guardiola's evolving tactics. Manchester City's future feels like a book with unwritten chapters, intriguing, uncertain, and full of possible outcomes. If even half of these transfers come true, City will go through a complete overhaul. Haaland, Grealish, De Bruyne, Kovacic. These aren't just names, they're the core of the team. Guardiola is facing the toughest summer of his career in England, and we may be witnessing the dawn of a new era. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.